Yeah, get him, Mr.Devinaire. I got him. Everything was fine. We were talking, joking, being loud, having a good time. A bus full of me and my freshman football teammates riding home down the highway. We won the football game and we were celebrating. Then the skies blackened, thunder started to rumble and lightning striked. Then the deep, raspy voice of the late, great Coach Glenn Barnes shouted, "Be quiet! Don't you know that lightning will strike? Lightning will kill you." And we were laughing at the time, but it's very true. The storms of life can consume you and leave you for dead. And a few days ago, I got this message loud and clear when they gave me the heartbreaking news. See, I was talking with a gentleman, and when we spoke, it was on the subject of him giving up and things were getting tough, but I encouraged him and he decided to move forward anyhow. And he let me know a little later that life was still too tough for him and he couldn't do it anymore. He said, "I don't want to give you a sob story, Devin, but it's too hard for me to handle and I just can't keep going on." And so I had to let him go and there's nothing I can do. But a few days later, he popped back in my heart and in my mind and I decided to call him back. This time I probed a little deeper and had a deeper conversation and really poured into him. And he said to me, "Devin, thank you. This is the first time I had hope in so long. Thank you." And I said I wanted to go deeper with him, but it was in a public area and there wasn't that much privacy. So I said I would call you back later so we could continue this. That was the plan until I got an upper respiratory infection that I'm still dealing with right now. And it laid me down for a few days, hindering me from calling him back. And while I was sick, I received word from his friend that he committed suicide. He hit me hard. I was like, maybe I could have talked to him if I were able to do things differently. Tears began to fall down my face. If I would have called him back if I didn't get sick. And then I started thinking, and then a dream that I recalled that happened between the last time I talked to him and between the time he committed suicide. And in this dream, somebody stretched their hands to me to pull me on top of a platform because I was scared. And while facing down, that person that pulled me jumped off the platform and I seen them falling and they hit the ground and they splattered blood everywhere. And I didn't wake up from this dream and it caught me by surprise because I'm saying, why wouldn't I wake up with something like this? And I was trying to think about what this dream really meant. And I began to get sad because I thought it might have been a warning to me to say, hey, somebody's about to commit suicide, and I could connect the dots and then called him. But I prayed on it some more a few days later in that church. The Lord told me what the dream meant. He was the one that was on the platform, stretching his hands out to me to help me, to bring me to safety. And then he freely gave his life and shed his blood so I can live. So you may be confused right now. Like, Devin, what does this mean? The storms and the lightning and the suicide and the dreams, what does it all mean? And I realized the Lord gave me a wake-up call so I can deliver this message. And I was sad about his suicide and I was trying to make the dream about me, but it was God. In your life, storms will come. And these storms, you don't have a choice to pack up and evacuate. Some of the storms in your life, you might see it coming and you might see it building up. Or they might rush into your life like a storm surge, like a raging flash flood that would sweep you away. It will strike you down like lightning, not knowing how the next bill will get paid. Those financial storms, the health storms with illnesses that consume your body with disease and pain and have you trying to find a way even though they say there's no way and no hope for you in your situation. Those emotional storms in which you begin to become frustrated and anxiety and depression fills your heart and your life and you start losing hope to the point where you want to end this thing called life. And while you are in these storms trying to fight for your own life, or just coming out of a storm, you have to give energy to negative people who are draining you. They're putting craziness and unnecessary stuff in your life, bringing that negative outlook and problems to you. They don't even have the decency to protect you or shield you from the storm or even lighten your load. But today, I want you to know that you have help in the storm. Regardless of how hard it may seem or how unbearable your circumstances may be, regardless if people or family or friends let you down, see, I missed the opportunity to tell that gentleman before he took his life. But I will deliver this message today and moving forward. Never let adversity get you down except on your knees. You have help in the middle of the storm, and that's God. Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor, and storms of life will come your way. There's a storm out over the ocean, and it's moving your way. And if your soul is not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away. Lightning will strike, like Coach Barnes said, but be quiet. Don't complain. Don't fret. Don't worry. Jesus is at the bottom of the boat, and it may not seem that he is with you. Your life is getting shook up. Your emotions, everything is out of order. Everything is crazy. But he's with you. And if you just be quiet and speak to him, he will let you know that everything will be all right. You have help in the middle of the storm. Touchdown. Take off.